Hey everybody, Dirili here. Welcome to my 15th audiolog. And I'm so sorry I'm having to open with some bad news, but it's very important, so I need to say this first. Unfortunately, Momoko, my translator for Rain de Fleur, has been sick, and she did not notify me until Thursday that she would be out of town from the 25th to the 31st, so there won't be any Rain de Fleur videos next week once again. I'm hoping that they will resume on April 4th, but I have to wait to see how she's doing when she gets back from her trip. I can't tell you all how sorry I am for having to skip another week of Rain de Fleur after skipping a week just before this one. I felt bad enough just taking that week off because I really hate breaking schedule. I feel like I'm disappointing a lot of people, including myself. I don't fault Momoko though, because illness just happens and you can't really help when it happens. Especially when you have kids and you're around kids, and she does have kids. I just wish I had more luck in finding people who had the ability and time to translate so I could get substitutes when I need them for times like this. But I know it's time-consuming and difficult for anyone. I wish I had the money to hire someone to fill, but the only places I know to look are freelancer sites, and they all want to be paid the exorbitant professional industry prices, which obviously I can't afford because I'm not a professional company. I already spend $400 a month to run this channel out of my own meager earnings, and I'm kind of pushing things at that. On a related matter about the translation delays, Momoko's illness and absence may not be the only obstacle there, because my modified Vita that I paid so much money to buy from Japan, when I first received it, I was a little worried because I felt like it seemed a little fragile. The mini USB port seemed a little loose, not particularly secure, and I was really careful with it from day one, but it started having disconnect issues after about 2 months or so. I had tried different cords, but it clearly wasn't that, because it just kept having those same problems. So I used duct tape to kind of tent pole the port to brace and stabilize it, and it worked better. It worked really well for a few months. But now, just a few days ago, even though the port seems to be secure as far as it feels, the feed still keeps disconnecting. Well, through all this, the Vita itself works perfectly fine on its own. The problem is just the streaming connection. So while I'm playing, according to the screen, I can't tell if the feed broke unless I look at the computer screen and then say, oh no, the picture is frozen wherever the feed broke because it's not moving anymore. So I talked to the company, and basically between the shipping cost there and back, and even if the problem is only the USB port, that is their own product that they themselves installed, well, that fix by itself would cost $38. If there was any other problems, it'll cost extra for them to fix. So basically, the minimum, if I send it to them to repair it, is going to be $120, and they say it'll take 4 to 5 weeks. So I'm still looking into trying a few more things with the system before I send it back, though, because I really don't like those conditions at all. That's just too long to wait, and it's so much money. And this is just so upsetting because it cost me so much money to buy that thing in the first place. It was a really big investment for me, and I've only had it for 6 months, something like 6 months, and it's going to cost me that much to repair. I wonder how other people, what kind of luck they've had with this. So I think I may try to sell off some of my collectible items, some stuff here to generate some funds, like some of my Asian ball joint dolls and stuff like that. Some of my less favorite ones, I guess. And of course get back to work on the OOAK dolls that I paint and dress and everything. Generate some money so I can get some repairs and some other things that I'll mention up in here. And of course it takes time to do all those things, but while my translator's at it, I'll have some downtime at least, so that'll give me time to list some items for sale and all that stuff. It'll also give me time to figure out how to maybe set up my PSP to stream the computer, because a lot of Otome games are only for the PSP. The older ones and all. And there are quite a few of them. And also, Sweet Fuse and Hakuoki are both on PSP as well, so I need to learn how to stream so I can play those on here. I've already spent many hours trying to get it to work with no luck. I've read so many tutorials, but none of them have worked for me. And I do have one left that Alarin sent me, so I'm gonna have to try that one out. But if I don't have luck with that, I might have to see if I can hire some kind of technician or somebody that can help me set up something like that. I don't even know where I can find somebody. Maybe my sister's husband knows somebody. There's gotta be a way I can find someone who knows what to do in person. And to top things off, as far as things that I need to spend money on, I think I really need to get a new PC soon. I think something that has been creating a big problem with the audio in my recordings is the fact that I've been recording on a laptop. I've been using high-end laptops for a very long time now because they save a lot of room, but with recording, the problem is that I need it right in front of my face. But I also need the mic nearby. Since I always buy high-performance laptops, there isn't really any avoiding the fan noise. So, since I can't move the laptop too far away from the mic, the fan noise screws with the audio cleaning, and especially since the fan constantly changes speeds, and there's just really no controlling that, it makes audio cleaning difficult and time-consuming. If I get a PC, though, I should be able to position the tower itself far away enough that it shouldn't affect my recording so much. I hope. And that should make audio cleaning a lot easier. So just everybody please cross your fingers for me that I can get something sold off. And maybe even my Vita, maybe a new cord will work. I mean, it hasn't worked before, but I went and ordered a new cord anyway, just in case, because I've tried 3 with it already, but maybe this one new magical cord will work. Or I'm not going to say some other things I might want to try to see if I can fix it up a little. But wish me luck getting things listed on Etsy and stuff so I can fund my YouTube equipment. Well, alright, that's all the bad stuff. Let's move on to some more fun things. Now we're down to Ukyo's route on Amnesia. Once he's done, I'll be reading the extra stories for the game, and then after that I'll be starting Nameless. Now, I'm going to start making a significant effort to give my supporters on Patreon some serious input. I don't have that many, but especially since I've been experiencing difficulties keeping Rain to Floor regular lately, I feel particularly bad for my patrons. So I'm going to put it up for a vote on Patreon as to which character I should play first in Nameless. After some of the game has been read, some people may find different characters more interesting, so I won't decide the whole lineup just from one voting session. I'll let the second character be voted on once the first character is nearly done. Because probably a lot of people are going to change their minds by then about who they're more interested in. Or they might. They're not going to say probably. So, patrons, your first choice is coming up very soon. And if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a site that allows you to support artists by setting up a monthly donation. Even as low as $1 a month will allow you to vote for the titles that I will be having translated, and what order the characters will be played in. I'll put that link in the description, and also if you see the little question mark in the upper right hand corner, that is the cards, and you'll see a link to my Patreon in the cards. Or if you don't want to do a regular monthly donation, you can do the fan funding thing, which is a one-time donation, but that does not get you the voting rights. Unfortunately, I have no way to set that up because when I get donations, it doesn't even tell me that I get a donation, and it doesn't tell me who donated or anything like that. So I have no way to let votes count through that way. But besides Nameless, with Rain to Floor, the play order is currently going to be, well, first Leon, everybody wanted to see Leon, and then Gislan, and then Orpheus. But after that, patrons will get to vote on whether or not we should quit the game and start a different game, or if we should play Louis and or Hubert as well. I think Hubert is a locked character, and you have to play everybody else first. But, as somebody suggested, and I totally didn't even think of this before, I can just go ahead and, skip through one of Louis' paths without really reading it and translating it, and then Hubert will be unlocked, and I can just record Hubert's path. So that's how that can be an option. With Trigger Kiss, Yamato was the first one voted for before I even thought of Patreon voting as a benefit. Once we get close to the end of his route, then I'll hold another vote for who goes next. But since that's an irregular title, there's no telling when that'll be. That'll be a while. So on to the next topic. I was thinking for some time that I wanted to come up with some word or something for what I do to identify my channel by. You know, I've always said that I read the games out loud fully, said that it's like an audiobook and listeners don't have to stop to look up and read if they don't want to. So I was talking to Leonor, my friend and pseudo-manager, and he brainstormed the term graphic audiobook, or GAB for short, G-A-B. Which I thought sounded appropriate and kind of cute. and I was hoping maybe categorizing my channel like this as featuring graphic audiobooks, that would help some people to identify my content right off the bat and not get mad or disappointed when they watch my video to find that I read over the Japanese voices. I haven't had a whole lot of complaints about that lately, but still, it would be nice if people knew ahead of time and didn't ask me to stop reading over the Japanese audio. As always, any of you regulars out there already know that I read it for the audiobook experience, and also to encourage people to buy the game to hear the original Japanese dialogue. Well, anyway, the term probably won't catch on, but I'm going to start calling them that anyways. Who knows, maybe it'll spread. And then there's one last thing I wanted to talk about here in this particular audio log. This one will be a poll for everyone because it's not really a major channel decision or anything. I was just thinking about tagging a little segment at the end of my videos, like 2 Japanese words a day. Mostly just picking out and talking about words that we commonly hear in a lot of Japanese anime and video games. Although I don't know that much Japanese, really, probably less than I should at this point, there are a lot of words and phrases that are used very commonly, and people start picking those out. Sometimes that helps you to understand the situation a bit, even if you don't understand it fluently. And plus, I'm going to start working in some serious Japanese study as well. Especially, with all the things going on right now, I'm like, I really need to be able to fill in or something. But I thought people might find a segment like this fun, especially since so many people would love to learn more Japanese too, for one form of entertainment or another. So let me know what you all think. The poll will be in the cards, that question mark in the upper right-hand corner. So you can click there and vote. Let me know what you think. I'll do my best to be accurate with the terms, but of course I will probably be wrong in some things, and I hope people won't rip me a new one for that. Well, that's it for this week's audio log. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you stopping to listen. Again, I'm so sorry about the rain to Fleur delay. I really hope that I'll be able to get some serious Japanese study in the next couple months, and hopefully be able to learn how to translate things myself, either to help with other series or new series or to help Momoko. I don't know how exactly I would handle things once I learned stuff, but I'm going to get serious about it, especially after I get some of these dolls out of the house. Well, again, thank you for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety as usual. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.